The holidays are a time when we really want everything to be just perfect. We want our loved ones to know how much we care about them, and we go to great lengths to do extra things at this time of year to make it special. One of the things we can do to really make it special and show people we care is to send handmade cards. Now, whether you've been making cards for years or decades, or you've never made a single card in your entire life, I'm going to share 4 different types of card projects in this video that you can make. Beginner or experience, they're beautiful cards you can make. They're simple, they come together quickly. If you are trying to make up some cards at the last minute, they're perfect projects. If you want to make up some cards with a friend who's never crafted before, they're great. And I'll even have some ideas in here that would be great gift ideas. But let's get started. I really want to show you these 4 different types of cards that you can make, whether you are totally new to card making or a professional. I'm going to start with some options that are really simple. If you don't have any supplies, nothing at all, that you can order just one item or maybe just a few items and create some lovely cards easily. And then I'm going to work into some ideas for if you have some stamps, you have some paper, or you have all the crafty things that you can make up some cards that are beautiful but simple and they come together quickly with those supplies that you have. So the first thing I want to share with you is a kit. We are going to make one card from a particular kit called Cozy and Bright. This is a Christmas kit that has come out. I think it is beautiful. I love the oranges and the cinnamon, and I believe that's Star of Anise, I believe, on the front. But I think they are so pretty, and these are so easy to create. So I want to show you here really quickly how quickly these can come together. So what I'm going to do, I've already looked inside. This kit has instructions with it. It shows what you need for each card. It shows to attach a stamp to a block and stamp this piece. You want to pull one of the stickers off and put it on here. Pop up another orange, this piece, this piece. Okay, so I've already looked at that, and these always have a video you can watch if you scan that QR code or if you go to the website. So here is what we'll do, and you're going to see that this is really quick and easy. So I'll put, these are stickers. I'll put one of these orange stickers here. Now I've already popped these out. We have an orange and the cinnamon stick connected to that Star of Anise, I believe. But these are die cut pieces. They pop right out of there. They're really simple to get out. So some dimensionals will come with your kit. I believe the ones in the kit are a little bit smaller, but I had these laying here. So the ones I'm using are a little bit different size. So I just peel that paper backing off. I'm going to add this orange right here over top. Now I need to stamp a greeting. So here are the stamps, and the kit comes with a block that you can attach your stamps to. I will pull out the one that says, "May this holiday warm your heart." So you just peel this off, attach it to the block, and then there is a mini ink pad that comes in here. And I need to get my die cut piece to stamp onto. So here is one of the tags that I need. We'll stamp right on here. So to ink this, you can do it 2 different ways with these little ink pads. You can ink just like this, or you can actually lay your stamp down upside down and hold the ink pad in your hand and ink it that way. If you have any problems stamping when these are brand new, just wash them a few times. You can use baby wipes, you can run them under water, and then I like to ink it up and then stamp on paper and just kind of like turn it sideways to kind of rub the surface of that. Really helps to get the manufacturing, whatever happens during manufacturing, get that surface off so that it will ink really well and stamp nicely. Okay, so I'm looking at my picture over here. Let's add this on top, and then we're going to add our tag over here. So I'm going to add dimensionals where they're not going to overlap on my orange. Put one here, we'll put one up here. I just love that everything comes included in these kits. So we'll put that there, and then I'm gonna put 2 dimensionals over here on the right side, again, so they don't overlap my orange. And in just minutes, we have created this beautiful handmade Christmas card. So this is a really nice option. Now, for those of you who do craft, these kits are nice. You could take them on the road if you're traveling, if you're waiting in a waiting room somewhere, you can take one with you and work on it. There's a lot of reasons. I really like to do the kits with a friend or with my daughter. So those are some ideas. While we're talking about kits, I want to show you a couple of others, and then we're going to get on to some more cards that you can make really quickly and easily. Here's another card kit. This one is actually for Christmas tags, but I'm going to show you the tags. I'll also show how you can use them for cards. So this one is it's called the Christmas Gifting Kit, and I'll show you the projects after they are made. So here are 2 of the tags that I created. I think these are so cute. They have several layers, so they're nice and detailed, but again, everything is pre-cut and ready. All I had to stamp was this greeting, and then assemble everything together. Just add these 2 pieces on the front. And then back here, we have this cute little flap that you could use this for a gift card if you wanted to, or you can just use it for a tag. And put the stamp and put this tag on, and then you can tie those together and they're ready to use on your gifts. And then if you want to, tags are so cute and fun to add to cards. You could actually turn these into cards really easily. All I did was attach this to a craft card base. These come already cut and scored with the matching envelopes. And so with one kit and some of those card bases, you can make up quite a few of these cards to send as well. Show you 2 more kits, then we're gonna make some more cards. This one is called Christmas Whimsy. I don't have any of the samples prepared to show you, but cute little elves preparing for Christmas. And one more is another tag kit. It's called Love Santa. And this one is just really cute and cheery. It's got the Santas, Joy, the little Christmas trees, and the car full of presents. So those are some fun kits you can create. Now let's step it up just a little bit, and I'm going to use 2 products that come designed so that you can use them together to make quick and easy cards. They are called the Santa Express Memories and More Cards and Envelopes, and then the Santa Express Memories and More Card Pack. Right here in my hand, I have the card pack. So let me show you some of these. These are really fun little pre-printed cards that you can use for cards. You can use them for scrapbooking. These are really nice to use for keeping your memories and your photos. And they're all double-sided. So we have Merry Christmas. Here we have some Santas. And if you see anything you don't love on one side, we have the other side. So over here we have It's the Most Wonderful Time of Year, some basic ones that are just designs. These are great if you are using them for scrapbooking. You can write on those journaling boxes, and then you could put a greeting in here if you do like to stamp. Then we have some larger ones, so lots of fun things in this set, and you'll see some of these here in just a moment. So there are some specialty pieces in here. If I can get them turned the right way so you can read them. Merry and Bright. These are acetate sheets. It's the Most Wonderful Time of Year. And then there are some chipboard pieces that are cut out, and there are some stickers in these as well. So let me show you. We're going to make 4 cards here. And I've already started on a couple of these, but I want to show you how simple these can be. So this is one of the cards from the card base set. Here are the card bases. They just need to be folded in half. They have the 2 different prints. So you can choose to use the dotted print or the red. On this one, you can use the speckled green or the plain green. And then they come with matching envelopes, which are really cute and fun that, of course, match the size of these cards. So if you would want to make cards this way, all you need is some type of adhesive to attach everything together. And you may need some if you decide to do any cutting, you may need some scissors, or if you have a paper trimmer, you could use that. But this is like the most basic way. But look at that. You can make these cute cards that quick and easy. Now I have a few more. We'll step these up just a little bit. This one I already attached one of those large cards to the card base. Now I'm going to take this cute tag that says Merry Christmas, and I love to use foam dimensionals on my projects. So they pop things up and really add a lot for as easy as they are to use. So I am going to add this down here, and here is another one that came together really fast. Now I have two more created with the same card set that you can see here. This one says Have a Holly Jolly Christmas. I used two of the small cards on this one, so two of the small cards fit onto one of these card bases. So that's kind of a fun way to do it. And then this one, I used two of those small cards. I used the one in the background kind of as a mat, and then place this one that says Joy, Peace, and Love on top. Now there are stickers and those little chipboard pieces you can decorate with if you're not planning on mailing them. Those are a little bit thicker. So if you don't want to have to pay extra postage, you may not want to use those on ones you're mailing. But that is another way you can make some cards really quickly and simply. Now, let's get into making some things ourselves from some supplies that we already have in our collections. And if you don't already have products in your collection, keep in mind, these are all ones. I'm going to list the products in the video description below with links if you're interested in ordering. And these are all ones that, again, you can make with just a few products. So here are the remains of a paper pack called Santa Express. So for this next set of cards, I want to show you how to use just some basic printed paper and one stamp set and a little bit of cardstock to make some nice and simple cards. So what I've done is I've prepared my card bases. If you are preparing card bases from regular cardstock, all you do is take an 8.5 by 11 sheet and cut it in half. And that is the right size to be folded for an A2 size card. So I've done that. Then I took some of the designer paper and I've cut it into different sizes and shapes. Honestly, the sizes and shapes are not important. You can cut your paper to any length, any width, and for the most part, it is going to look like a nice card. So for this one, this was a nice little piece I had left over from a different project. So I just pulled it out. I didn't even have to cut this one. But I will take my glue or my tape. I like to use my seal tape runners because they really make it easy and fast to get cards put together. Now I'm using a stamp set. You're going to see this a little bit more here in a minute with some simple stamping cards. I'm actually going to stamp and create the whole card just with stamps and cardstock. But I'm going to pull the greetings in from this stamp set. And for this one, because we are keeping this really, really simple, I am going to ink up my stamp and I'm going to stamp directly over this designer paper. Now, if you're doing this, of course, you have to have a designer print that is going to allow you to see the greeting, and you need a greeting that's large enough to show up. But here, quick and easy, one piece of printed paper, your card base, and then you can decide what to do on the inside. For this one, I added that print to the front already, and I stamped a greeting, and I am going to do my favorite thing, pop it up with a few dimensionals. So if you like the idea of this type of cards, but they're a little too basic for you, it's really easy to step them up a little bit. And there are different ways to do that. You could add a little mat behind this white piece. So there's another layer there showing a little bit. You could add a few jewels. You could add a little bow or a little knot. If you're not big on tying bows, you could tie a little knot and cut it out of some ribbon and add that. Here's another one I used with two pieces of designer paper. This is something else you can do to step them up a little bit, is add a few pieces of paper, just layer them in different sizes and shapes, and then I stamp this greeting right onto that designer paper. And last but not least, this one's very simple, just that piece of gift paper, gift print paper, and a greeting on top, which I did pop up. And you do not have to pop those up, of course, but it does add a nice touch. So that's 3 different types of cards we can make quickly and easily. And these last ones are probably my favorites. I do a lot of stamping, and many of you watch along regularly and see all of the project ideas I create. So I wanted to share with you how, even if you're brand new to stamping, or like I said, if you've been doing this forever, some cards that you can create really quickly and easily. So what I have here are some card bases that I've cut. Now I'll mention this, you can buy card bases and envelopes already ready, like those craft brown ones I showed a little bit ago with a tag kit. You can buy white ones, and you can buy vanilla colored ones and others as well. So keep that in mind. I do start with my cardstock and my colors. So I have 3 colors here. I have basic white, I have shaded spruce, and I have, what do I have? Real red. I'm trying to do 2 different things at one time. So those are my colors of cardstock. My colors of ink are the same, except that I'm using crumb cake ink, and I don't have any white ink for this project. So what I'm going to do is just show you how to use this one stamp set. I love this stamp set because it includes a lot that you can do just with this set. We have lots of greetings. We also have several different image stamps that we can use in a lot of different ways. We have the poinsettias, the holly leaves, some different branches. I love little texture stamps, the berries. Okay, we have a lot of different things we can do with these. So I am going to show you several examples here of how we can use these few stamps and create some beautiful cards just with a little bit of cardstock and our ink. So I'm going to stamp a few poinsettias here. You can see I have already done that. Now let's add in some holly leaves. So what I'll do is just fill in a lot of the open spaces here with some holly leaves. I really like to create cards like this where I just sort of start creating a scene, and there is absolutely no right or wrong way to do this. There are unlimited ways to create scenes like this with this stamp set and with any stamp set. But I'll just show you a few of the ideas that I had come up with. So I'll fill in some of this area with these holly berries, and there is a stamp to fill in the center of the poinsettia, so let's do that. And I hadn't grabbed it a little bit ago, so I'll pull it out of my case, put it on this block right here. And since I have crumb cake out, I'll use that for the center. It's so much fun to just use some stamps and ink to create something really neat. And I know a lot of you know that because you do a lot of this crazy crafty hobby. Now let's add a greeting to this. And we have a beautiful card front ready to go right on the front of this card base. Okay, isn't that lovely? And like I said, you can add some jewels, you can add something else if you want to, but just a really beautiful card that comes together simply. Now let's look at a couple of others that I've done a little bit of stamping already to save a little time here, but we will finish them up and you'll see some other ways you can use this same card set. Now you can take the ideas I'm using on these next 3 cards and use them with a card like this, just with plain white. And keep in mind, you can even do the stamping that I just did. You can do that stamping on this card base and just have a 1-layer card and keep it really, really simple. I showed this example just as a way to step it up a little bit. So you can make these cards I'm sharing here, you can do these same ideas on just plain white if you want to, and keep it really simple that way. So for this one, I used this nice branch stamp. I stamped those branches at the top and the bottom. And now I am going to add a few more around the edges. And then I thought it would be fun to add in some of those berries. So we'll stamp the branches first. Then we will add in those berries. It looks a little naked up here at the top. Let's add a little bit more. Okay. And now let's get our berry stamp. And I will fill in some of the little gaps and openings with these. Stamp some around the edges. You may want to leave a few gaps on purpose of spots you can add these in. And now we can add this right on top of this card base. Isn't that pretty with just a few little pops of red on there? Let's bring in another one. On this one, I already stamped those poinsettias in the background so that they would kind of blend in with the red. And then I thought we'd create kind of like what I did on that first one, but just add in a few poinsettias here. And this time, I'm debating whether I want to use the holly. Let's do something a little bit different so that you see another example, and we'll use this nice branch stamp. I love, my favorite stamp sets are the ones that have nice greetings, but they also have some different images that you can use in various ways, like the poinsettias and the branches. A lot of times flower sets can have, you have flowers and you'll have leaves and you'll have texture stamps and different things. But I really like that when there are a lot of different things we can use in different ways, which makes it easy when you want to make simple cards or when you're getting started stamping, that you can create lots of different cards without having tons of different stamp sets. Okay, so here is another lovely one we can add as well. Now, for those of you watching along who do make a lot of cards or want to step this up a little bit, what I think would look really nice is just to add a piece right behind this that is a 1/4 inch larger, 1/4 inch longer this way, 1/4 inch larger this way. It would show behind there as a mat, and I would probably choose shaded spruce as the color for that, and that is just really pretty, I think. Now here's a really simple, clean and simple one with some white. I stamped the background. I wanted to show you something a little bit different. I used that Season's Greeting stamp, and I inked my stamp, stamped it once, and stamped again. So I got that lighter color. Then I inked my stamp, stamped it once, and stamped it again to get that variation in color all the way down there. Now I have this greeting already stamped, and I want to add some decoration to it. So I think what I'm going to do is add, there's so many different ways to do this, but this is a fun stamp I haven't used so far. This one would be perfect. You could make Christmas trees out of this. I like to take foliage stamps and stamp them in a circular pattern and turn them into wreaths. That would be neat. So let's see what that looks like. And I debated putting some greenery around the sides too. Sure, why not? You only live once. Let's do some more stamping. There is no way to mess this up. There are a million right ways. Everybody stamps differently, and what we all need to remember, whether we're new to this or been doing it a while, is when people receive our cards, what matters is the thought that went into them and the time and the love that went into them, and not if, the piece didn't get stuck on straight, or if there's a little tiny smudge from our ink, from our fingers getting in the ink or something like that. Those things do not matter. So we can add that on top as well, okay? So let me pull these back in here. And remind you what we've covered, because I've showed several different ways to create some nice handmade cards. So here are the ones that we have actually stamped with just one stamp set. We use 3 colors of ink, but it would be really easy to get by with just 2 if you just wanted to stick with red and green on these. I have the ones that I created just with some printed paper and 1 stamp set, again, and a couple colors of ink. And then we have the cards that I created with those memories and more cards that were really quick and easy because I had the card bases that came prepared and I just added some of those cards on top. And we have the really cute cards from the kits that I shared as well. So I hope this gives you some ideas of maybe last minute Christmas cards or things you can do to jump into card making, or yeah, if you're just scrambling to make up a bunch more cards, these are great ideas to make quickly and easily. So thanks so much for watching along. Hope you subscribe to my channel. I share tons of card making ideas and some scrapbooking ones as well. And I like to vary it up between simple and lots of techniques and things so you can learn from those. So subscribe while you're here if you're interested in any of these products. The links are in the video description below. I hope you have a blessed day, and I hope you'll be back again next time when I'll be here helping you to hand make with love.